Yeah, Rastafari. Definitely praises go up and blessings come down. And we do give thanks for the blessings, the showers of blessings. Give thanks for this blessed day of rest and gladness, day of sweet reflection, day of perfect rest. Give thanks for El Sabado, El Saba, 7, 7. Give thanks definitely for life and the mighty life giver. As we are approaching the time whereby we're going to be doing some of our work when it comes to our ministry, the ministry of teaching the truth on exactly the way that a man's supposed to be continually living to ensure that he is of sound wellness, emotional, physical, mental, spiritual, ethereal, astral, whatever state that man is in, definitely he have to be able to maintain that well-rounded sense of wellness. And when I say man, I even mean the woman, even more than the testicles man, as people would normally just finger man when you say man. You only mean the, you know, I mean, that's the man there, you know. The whom man is, I mean, that's the big deal there. So we give thanks for the black woman, the black mother of creation. Give thanks for all virtuous and upful woman. We do give thanks for life. So when we say man and woman and man, side by side, not front and back, side by side, that overall wellness is something that one's supposed to invest time and quality time and energy in. As our overall state, our overall state as a people, as a nation of wellness is not in such a state because of something that happened overnight. It's in that state because of the continuous investment and time and energy and money and thoughts, works, deeds into getting sick. So to be able to actually rehabilitate oneself, rejuvenate oneself to that sense of wellness, we must at least understand that similarly as we have invested years, decades into getting sick, meaning that specifically we've invested a lot of time, day and night, overtime, working hard, doing all the things that you could think of that would actually lead you to heart disease and diabetes and high blood pressure and fibroids and polycystic ovarian syndrome, cancers. All these things are specifically what we refer to as lifestyle diseases. So as the name implies, lifestyle disease, that it is as a consequence of, as a result of one's lifestyle. So there is nothing far-fetched about it. It's a lifestyle disease. So if you have a lifestyle disease, it is then reasonable to put into your heavens and within your heart that you would have to put some active energy and invest some serious time into bringing a comprehensive change, revolutionary, complete change into that, or of that lifestyle that you will live in that actually got you to that state of disease and sickness. Now that's some reasonable thinking. So, and the denomination of it as a lifestyle disease is not something that I, the Right Honorable, made up. I'm just using what people are using. Non-communicable chronic illnesses, lifestyle diseases. Yeah, Rastafari. So many people find it very difficult to understand that their present predicament is not just hocus pocus. It was precisely and scientifically calculated to give that result, which is the present state. So one did not just get sick overnight. No. It was as a result of consistent actions, very consistent actions. Because consistency yields results. No matter consistent of doing what, but consistency do yield results. A true man. Give thanks. So we'll definitely be in the city of London, whereby we will be looking at the whole, giving free lectures. That's from the 18th to the 20th of October, whereby we'll be giving some lectures that deals with the whole aspect of the overall wellness of a man. So we're not only going to just focus on I don't have a headache or I don't have a bellyache. No, wellness is rather more comprehensive than that. A lot more. So a lot of people speak of the alkaline diet, and yet still they don't really have a full understanding of even the basis or the foundation of exactly what really is alkaline or what really is acid or neutral. The whole science. And they believe that by consuming only a particular type of food over a particular amount of time, excluding plenty different other foods and restricted only to a particular number of herbs. Right now, I haven't been nurtured in the countryside, in the hills. As you see, I am in a tropical forest and sitting on a foundation of where we're going to be building something spectacular, right? And I'm just surrounded by herbs. I am literally surrounded by herbs. There's this beautiful pine tree that's right, not pine, palm, called a gwigwi. It's right next to the camera, so you won't really see it. It bears some red fruits, and that's the first, when I came up into the mountain and I saw that palm tree was there, That's one of the reasons why I actually got that land. Because growing up as a very young prince, going up into the rainforest, you would know whether a land is fertile or natural or preserved by just having that palm tree. It's a wild palm tree. Now the nut of that palm, we call it the gui, is phenomenally rich in your vital aments, the skin, your retinal and your retinol. And also, the seed is like a nut, like a coconut. So, are you telling me that you now, as a man or as a woman, have not taken the time out that the honorable brother, the elder, now our ancestor, because many people jump on his name and on his bandwagon, Dr. Sebi, and yet still, I mean, you see, the saviors are always just crucified and the people stand by and watch. People always stand by and watch when the people that come to save them, they stand by and they watch from far. And no one, normally, I mean, I don't know when that script is going to change, whereby you're going to see that people stand up. They literally stand up when a savior, someone who has come to actually save them, has found themselves in some level of trouble or difficulty or in a situation. Normally, people don't really stand up. I mean, when you look at the history of it, I mean, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, I mean, the man was deported, you know, and thousands of people waving. I mean, stop the ship. So people are really ready to stand up for the people who put their life on the line for them. And yet still, instead of taking a time out, and as our honorable brother stated how he discovered himself and the works and where it took him over the years through many of the Caribbean countries, right? And going wherever he had to travel to actually learn. So, this is not a man who just learned this via abracadabra and it just fell along in his head. It took a level of consistency, of working in something for a consistent, very consistent period of time, that you could grow to the level of understanding and knowledge and be able to implement it effectively. So as scientists, as people, as gods, we only have to be able to have a full appreciation, loving of the contribution of the people who have worked arduously, given their life for the work, and also keep the fire burning, make the works continue, because the livity of Rastafari, I'm talking about the ancient livity, not the cigarettes and marijuana smoking and Guinness drinking Rastaman. I'm talking about the ancient livity of the Rastafari, the only drinking spring water from the running springs, and using clay pots and wood fire and stone oven and plenty of raw foods, lots of coconut cream and fresh ital grown by themselves, for themselves. So everything was actually a livity that promoted the integration of one as a man into nature without disrupting nature to the extent that you are causing harm to nature. No. Uplifting creation as a creator, a co-creator, as a God. So we really have to get some clarity. People really need to sit down and have a full understanding of exactly how it is that they're really going to live their lives. Because many people, because of trying to follow a fad or what is in fashion, I don't want to really follow what I mean. If I tell you something, I would assume that you would go and research it. And I mean, of course, and if I give you a foundation, I would expect that you would build upon that foundation and make it something even better. Don't just leave it to what I give you. You could make it better. You could call me tomorrow and say, oh, hey, priest, man, whatever you were talking about, yeah, man, I think that also that if we do this and that and this and this and that and this, that it could actually become better, of course. So it is very important that we add on to, not be like a parasite, like a mosquito. I mean, some people had some like real mosquitoes. When they bite, they give you disease. You know, some parasites suck your blood and they don't really hurt you, but some mosquitoes, Rastafari, I give thanks. They bite and they give disease. So detrimental. Yeah, man. Parasites. On the bandwagon, but they add no value. No matter who you are, you could add value. It's not that you don't have to be, whatever it is that you are good in, as long as you are a created being, right? That means that you have value to add to creation, because you're a created being, so, and you're there. So your presence supposed to naturally make things better. So lots of people are caught up in a fire, and yet still they don't have that understanding, whereby the ignorance of not knowing what it is. Ignorance just means that you don't know of that palm tree or the grass that grows there. People, okay, all right, and I mean the bamboo, the berries here. Oh my goodness. Plenty of herbs. Fakan, oh my. So you have plenty of wild trees. You understand? That might not at all be on your list of herbs. So if you choose to be stubborn and follow fashion and don't take a time out to invest in knowledge and seeking and add value to, so make the list bigger, because come on, man. Come on, you have millions and billions of species of herbs in the world. I mean, come on. Trillions of species. Come on, man. Come on. That naturally created of trees and all types of values. So I mean, you as a co-creator, supposed to be able to add value. Because the ancient Rastafari principle, Livity, that people used to actually call him all types of names. I'm talking about a Rastafari. They used to call him all type of names. They used to call this. Now everyone wants to be like the Rastafari. People, Rastaman they wear no perfume, so people want to stop wearing perfume. They use their coconut oil and the essential oil. That's it. When they say joke the Rastaman, you wear the perfume and antiperspirant. Now everyone is trying to live like the Rastaman. So Rastaman used to say ital is vital. And don't eat from supermarket, they eat from the ground. Now, I mean, come on, everyone wants to be plant-based. Right? So everyone have forgotten the Rasta man, because remember, the man with the locks and the beard is always the one that is there in the midst of, but yet not seen. The cemetery of it all. He's right there in the midst and yet not seen. And he's been saying the same thing decades upon decades upon decades upon decades upon decades upon decades. Now all of a sudden, marijuana is good. And this Rastafari have been saying this for, come on. All of a sudden it's good. And then no credit goes to the Rastafari. So at the end of the day, when it comes to night, we really have to look at this thing and take it very serious and understand that. We're not talking about a fight, we're talking about a livity, a way of life, a way of living, whereby you can integrate yourself within your natural environment. And the ultimate goal of evacuating yourself out of the city living into the bliss and the oneness of nature. Where you don't have to hear the noise of trucks, and you don't have to suck in carbon dioxide. That's a praise by you. I think smoke is, when you're smoking herb, priest, man, I think smoking is bad because you have to inhale in the smoke. Okay, all right. Okay, I inhale marijuana, yes, but you inhale carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide and cyanide, all kind of crap that's in the environment, in the city, in the AC and all them kind of things. And you want to tell me you're not supposed to be inhaling? Yeah, Rastafari, you thanks. I have a choice. I'm going to inhale some cannabis as often as I can, than to sit down in the city and inhale dust and asbestos and carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide and poisonous and all types of fumes, fats and all them. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, man. So the ultimate living is actually coming in tune with nature. So definitely we're going to be looking at what overall wellness is, and into the whole aspect of the true nature of an ital livity. Okay? So that ital livity, whereby you could create within your environment and your now. You don't have to wait until you get to a piece of land in the mountain and start planting. Start planting in your pots. I mean, so don't be lazy. I mean, laziness is the biggest crime. So at the end of the day, when it comes to that, we're going to be spending a wonderful time, some live cooking presentations, some live smoothies, some cocoa tea and all. I mean, natural stuff that we're going to be showing you exactly how to bring the best out of life. Yeah, Rastafari. So give thanks for living a mighty life. Give it definitely We give thanks for sharing this space and time and opportunity with us. And we look forward again to be with you soon as we are working towards the upliftment of the world. And just because people, human beings, are part of the world, just like the trees and the bees and the butterflies, all that part of the world that we're living in. You know, we are looking for the upliftment of the world. Not just man only, the world. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. Jah, Rastafari, do give thanks for that.